Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. We'll wait a couple of minutes more before we start the presentation in order for more people to connect. So we would say around 1:05 we will begin with the presentation. Thank you very much. In 2 minutes, we're gonna start. We're just waiting for more people to join, and at 1:05 we will begin the presentation. So, hello everybody once more. It's the last time that I am going to say that. And welcome to our presentation and the 2022 season review. It's a webinar hosted by Click&Boat. Just for your information, Click&Boat is a group of companies which the main companies are Click&Boat, Nautal, Scansale, and Ocean Evasion. Today with us we have Venera, account manager for Greece, Robert, account manager for Croatia, and myself, account manager for Greece and Cyprus. We should had also Lisa, who is the account manager for the Netherlands, but due to some health issues, she will not be able to attend. And together with us is Venera. And thank you very much, Venera, for taking the place of Lisa. It's okay. Let's continue. Some very basic information for you in order to know to guide you throughout this presentation. First and most important, and I think many of you are going to think about that, if you're going to have access to the slides and the recording, the reply is yes. You will make this presentation, and a recording will be available through Click&Boat channel on YouTube. And of course, after the end of the presentation, we are going to send you a link with a copy of this presentation. Second, can I ask questions? Of course, feel free to ask as many questions as you want. We will not be able to reply all of them, but we'll try to reply as many as possible. And of course, at the end of the presentation, we are gonna send you replies in order to feel that we answer to your questions. Want to deep dive. So what does that mean? If you have any questions that you think that we didn't reply throughout the presentation, or you want to have an extra communication with us, after the end of the presentation, we are going to send you a link in which you can subscribe or book a meeting with Venera, Robert, me, and Lisa, in order to have a closer look on your issue or to guide you throughout Click&Boat. And of course, if you need any customer care assistance, you can follow the link help@clickandboat.com in order to have our customer care team serve you. So I pass the floor to Robert, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Yanis, and thanks to everyone for joining us today. So, just to give you a quick brief of the agenda, what we will be covering today. Firstly, we'll of course cover some industry trends that are here at Click&Boat and in general in the nautical market. After that, we'll cover the Greek market, Croatian market, and the Dutch market. For the last part, we will have some news and some new focuses that we want to share with you. And at the end, as Yanis said, we will have our Q&A session where we will be answering your questions that you asked us during this meeting. So to start off with the industry trends, even though 2022 was a little bit of an uncertain year, there was a lot of things happening that affected the macroeconomic situation. We still have seen a growth in demand. As you can see, we saw a growth in the number of clients. What helps here is firstly, Click&Boat is being even more and more recognized as a safe booking tool, but also our marketing efforts, which are going towards that Click&Boat is appearing even more and more as the first result when people search for various destinations. And with new demand, we're actually converting that even more better. And good job, guys, because you're doing the job even more efficiently. We have seen a bigger growth in the number of bookings that we had. And in general, with that, as you guys are doing better, we have seen even an increase in the number of owners that made a booking compared to the year before. There are a couple of things that help here, but of course, the longer you use the platform, you know how to use it better, you have reviews and everything that is helping you in that regard. Now, as per the destinations in the Click&Boat groupation, France and Spain are the favorite destinations. Now, France is not surprising because of the fact that, well, it is a French company, but we are seeing a growth in other destinations as well. And year by year, we're seeing the growth in the share that they're producing. And as we can see, compared to last year to this year, we have seen even a bigger growth, especially in the Greek market, Croatian market, and the Dutch market in general. As per the clients, well, of course, French clients are number one, but after those, we have Spanish clients and the German clients that take the second place. However, as you can see from this chart, we have various clients from many destinations. And what helps here is basically the Click&Boat has 43,000 boats available on the platform and over 2,300 destinations for guests to book from. So it is ideal for them because they have one place where they can search for whatever they need to and it can fit their wishes. Now, as for more specifically on the efficiency, how everyone is doing, Venera is going to take this part.
Perfect. Thank you, Robert, and thank you everybody for attending. As you can see, and as Robert said, we see that in 2022 we had more efficient act of owners and tenants. Here, as you can see, we have a 23% request rate, which means that out of the two out of the 10 conversations that our tenants made, we see that they turned out to be booking requests. And the good news here is that we have a 81 acceptance rate, which means that 8 out of 10 booking requests are accepted by our owners. This means that our owners are updating their calendars and their listings, which means that there is no reason for them to decline their booking request. And the great news here is the cancellation rate. As we see, we have less and less cancellation from the owners, which means that 6 bookings out of 100 are canceled by the owner. Moving forward, we see that the customer preferences have changed in 2022. We see that in during pre-season and post-season, where we are talking about low season months, maybe April, May, or in the Mediterranean area, we see that the clients are seeking more 3 and day 4 days cruises versus the 1 week that we see mainly in high season. We see that the clients have a tendency more to flexible solutions of short-term rentals, and then you can also access your account if you want to provide this flexibility to the clients and adjust your minimum duration of your rentals during the price modifications. Another great trend that we see in 22 really rising was the instant booking, which is more available for the daily charters and motorboat owners, where we see a growth of 300% instant booking requests, which means that the clients seek for an easy and fast solution to find their ideal boat, and this minimizes the period of how much you're chatting with your clients. If you're interested in instant booking, you can always reach out to your account manager and then decide if this is the perfect solution for you. Now let's deep dive into the markets, and I will let Yanis take the floor here.
Okay, thank you very much, Venera. Said by Robert, first is gonna come the Greek, the little bit of analysis in the Greek market, followed by the Croatian market, and last but not least, the Dutch market. So, the Greek market has grown in 2022 and solidifies as one of the most important nations of Click&Boat, and especially in sailing. Where are the most requested destinations in Greece? And what's means? Yes, thank you, Venera. Sorry for that, guys. So as I was already saying, first we'll have the analysis of the Greek market, followed by the Croatian, and then the Dutch market is gonna follow. So the Greek market has grown in 2022 as one of the most important destination in Click&Boat, especially for sailing rentals. And what are the most requested destinations in Greece? Related to number of bookings, first is Corfu, followed by Zakynthos, third is Mykonos, fourth Athens, fifth Creta, and especially Chania. So, yes. So let's deep dive a little bit. The Greek owners have been able to make the most out of every request. In this year, we had 16.5% of request rate, which was very similar to the numbers of 2021. We had 18.81% increase in acceptance rate, which is 20% higher than the acceptance rate of 2021, and 4.6% of cancellation rate. It's the same as 2021. What does these numbers mean actually? That means that our owners, they are more committed to Click&Boat. That means that they accept more booking requests related to last year, and they're making more business and more money through Click&Boat. And let's see three different good owners in Mykonos, Corfu, and Athens, and what do they do in order to have the best out of the platform. Just for your information, the owner with the most bookings in Greece has 502 bookings, which is almost 50% higher than 2021. Owners in Mykonos, we have seen that they have at least 5 quality pictures for each one of their listings and a detailed description for every listing. as well as a profile picture in order to make it more friendly for the customers to send them a message. Top owners in Corfu update the calendar frequently and have an average of 4.5 stars in the reviews. It's very, very important to always ask for the clients and for your tenants to leave you a review after the booking has been is will be over, because this is the only way for tenants actually to see a reference point about the quality that you are serving through Click and Boat. And last, the top owner in Athens has a response time of 1 hour and a response rate of 98.9%. And of course, he is a super owner. So without further delay, I pass the floor to our friend
Thank you, Yanis. Now, as per the Croatian market, similar thing that we said before, the share of the Croatian market and also the Greek market is increasing year by year. Now, honestly, that's not surprising because more and more people want to visit these destinations because there's many beautiful places to see. As per Croatia, the most requested destinations are Split, Trogir, Dubrovnik, Pula, and Zadar. One thing to mention, there are a couple of other destinations that were very close to these top five, and they've also seen a bigger growth compared to these five when we compare it from last year to this year. As per the efficiency of the whole market, we are seeing that, I mean, we're doing better in every aspect of the business. We're getting more requests that goes towards your efficiency where you're doing way better. In the end, we're accepting more bookings. And as we're being efficient and updating our profile, our cancellation rate is decreasing year by year. So in the end, the guests are also having a better experience. Some of the tips and tricks that we already mentioned to you before and even now is basically if you have high quality pictures, sending personalized offers, that does help a lot. It makes the whole process for the guests easier for them to, in the end, book. So if you're updating your calendars, it's a better experience for them, meaning you will not have to cancel any bookings in the end. And with that, you're more efficient, your profile is being updated. If you follow these steps, you can have some amazing results. For example, the owner that Yanis mentioned in Greece, or even one of our top owners in Croatia who made around 230 bookings this year, which is basically a double the growth compared to last year. So these are all the small tips and tricks that you could do, and then you'll see year by year even better growth. And last but not least is the Dutch market, which Veneta will take over.
Perfect. So moving forward, we see that the Netherlands has become one of the biggest new market destination within Click and Boat in 2022, and this is a result of the hard work of our account manager Lisa and the great performance by the owners in Netherlands. So, what are the most requested destinations in Netherlands? I will try, and sorry from my pronunciation. I did some speed Dutch lessons today in the morning, so the first destination is Snake. The second one is Drimmelen. The third one is Finkfine. The fourth one is Harderwijk. And the fifth one is Roermond. And what did the owners there are doing good? So we see that we have a request rate of 27%, which is very good, and it's at a stable level compared to 2021. We have a 78% acceptance rate, and you can see here that we had a big jump compared to 2021, and we have a very good cancellation rate, which is low, and it's less than 2021. So what are the owners doing there? The owner with the most bookings in Dreamland has a very informative ad description of minimum 250 words, and make sure that his pictures are of high quality. So we see here that the content matters. We need to have a very updated listing, as much as great photos that we have. And then we move to the owner who has the most bookings in Snake, which is operating all year round. So we see that compared to the Mediterranean countries, in Netherlands, we have boats operating the whole year in various type of boats. And we see here that they are closing bookings in both high and low season. And last but not least, the owner with the most bookings in Harderwijk has a very quick response rate and closes the calendar immediately with an availabilities. This is a great example on how much reactiveness works in order to close bookings, and also have a very up-to-date calendar and profile, which you can easily do through your app on the phone. And moving forward, let's go and see some news happening in Click&Boat Group presented by Robert.
Thank you, Venera. So we've been focusing on efficiency throughout this whole presentation, and we always like to deliver some new things to you guys in general so that it is going to help you to be more efficient. Now, first thing is first, the new Nautal website and brand is here. We wanted to create everything under the same roof. So basically, when people visit the Nautal website, immediately corresponds to Click and Boat. They know this is the same groupation. They can feel safe, and in the end, they can be more connected with the whole brand of Click and Boat. With that being said, we went centralized everything from Nautal to Click and Boat, which means that now when you create a listing on Click and Boat, it is going to be automatically created on Nautal. When you receive a message from Nautal side from a guest, it's going to come to your Click and Boat account. Same thing with requests. When you're receiving a request from Nautal, it is going to come to your Click and Boat profile, where basically now everything is centralized. So it means it's a lot easier for you. You will have one platform, one place to focus on everything. You won't have to anymore log into your Nautal profile or your Click and Boat. Everything is done via Click and Boat. In the end, it's also going to be easier for the guests because it's also going to be simpler for them. Everything is growing through one platform. In the end, if it's simpler, it means more bookings. And we saw that even before when we did the same thing with our other companies, Scansale and Ocean Evasion. And to top it off, we actually even have a new feature, which are preset messages. This is going to make your life a lot easier and simpler. Basically, now you will have the option to create preset messages that you can then automatically send to guests. So, for example, we can see here how it looks like. Step one is you open any conversations, and at the bottom left corner, you will see an icon on which you can click and you can access these preset messages. Now, in that window, step two, you will have the option either to create a new preset message or edit the current one. So, and if we go into it, you can see you can put a name for it, maybe as you can see here, boat rules, some check-in instructions, directions, and so forth, and then you type in the message that you want. And finally, when you want to send that message, as you can see in step four, you just select it and use it as a reply. This is going to make your life a lot easier, simpler, and you will save up on time because I can imagine that a lot of you get very similar questions all the time. And here you can just do it in 2 clicks. It's literally going to take you a couple of seconds and it will help you out. And as I said, if things are simpler for the guests, in the end, it's going to result with more bookings. Just to note, at the moment, this feature is only available on the mobile application. And for any of you that need it, you can reach out to your account manager and we can send you the links so that you can download the mobile application.
Okay, that's some very, very good news, Robert, and thank you very much for sharing that. And I think that at this moment we should say a big congrats to our product and IT team that they make these things a reality. And of course, Click and Boat is a tool to help us grow our business and grow our revenues. Now to the last part, the Q&A section. Feel free. Many of you have already typed down questions. Now it's the moment to do it. And of course, as we already said, if you didn't feel like we replied to your questions, feel free to subscribe and like book your personal meeting with us. We will follow with this webinar. We'll send you via link via email a link where you can book one-to-one chat. And of course, depending on where you're coming from, we'll have the dedicated account manager for your own destination in order to have the best out of it. Yes, that's it. I don't know if we have any questions right now. I'm gonna let me see. Okay.
Okay, great. So we already have some questions that came in, so we're going to be covering them one by one. So the first received was, what do I need to do in order to have a good positioning? Now, a lot of you are already doing everything efficiently, as we said, and we can kind of go through it a little bit again, how it works. So basically, Click and Boat as a platform is working on certain algorithms. Now, if we follow those algorithms, of course, you're going to be positioned better. The better we're positioned equals more bookings. We all know nowadays that a lot of people don't have a lot of focus. So we want our listings to be at the top on the first page. We all know people don't want to go to the 10th, 11th, or 12th page. Now, as I said, it's very simple. Basically, there are three parameters. They're the basic ones that you need to follow. First one is you need to answer all of the messages. Of course, if you answer all of your messages, you're going to get a plus. Let's put it like that. So you get a plus, you get positioned better. Second one is that you want to reply fast. Now, of course, I know sometimes you can't reply through the night, so that is not an issue, but we always want you to be replying at least below 20 hours. And then after that, you're getting those pluses. Of course, after that, it's on your efficiency. The faster you're going to be replying, it's going to be easier for you to convert that message into a booking. Because as you can imagine, if a guest is reaching out to you, he's probably reaching out to a couple of more owners. And the last one is basically that you want to be accepting booking requests. Now, as we've seen, if we are updating calendars, having our listings being accurate, we won't have any issues with that. And the fourth one is that can help you out actually a lot is basically getting reviews. My recommendation is every time you have a booking, tell the guests, hey guys, if you had a good time, please leave a review, because in the end, it will help you with positioning. But also, when you think about it psychologically, because people are going to be more keen to book a boat that has, for example, 5 reviews that have 5 stars compared to a boat that has no reviews. So that actually helps out a lot. A second question that we had is that as a previous owner that was listed in Click&Boat, will he be now listed in Nautal automatically? Yes. So as we said, everything is centralized on Click&Boat. So as you have your profile in Click&Boat, all the boats are automatically created in Nautal, and everything is centralized in one place. Can you please explain the Nautal platform again? Of course. So basically, how it worked up until now is that we had two separate platforms in a sense, or you as owners had to log in on two platforms. So guests could go on the Nautal platform, they could search for a destination, send a booking request or a message, and then you would have to log into your Nautal profile. And there you would be able to see those messages, but also to accept those booking requests. So at that time, you had to log into two platforms, as I said. Now everything goes through Click&Boat. So if someone goes on the Nautal website, puts in a destination, sends a message, that message is automatically redirected to your Click&Boat profile. So that you have that one place where you can answer all of those messages, accept requests, and so forth. So now you don't have your Nautal profile because everything is in Click&Boat as explained. Now for the next couple of questions, my colleague Yanis will take over.
Thank you very much, Robert. So I see a question here that says, outside of the algorithm, is there anything else that can help me get more bookings? Yes, if we make sure that we have a ready 100% ready listing with pictures, descriptions, quality picture, yes, and everything is ready, then we can do some other tricks and tips in order to make the algorithm works for us. So as we already know, the algorithm, the algorithm of Click&Boat boost some profiles higher in the search pages, and one good way to do that is by increasing commission. So the algorithm understands that the more commission, so the more money that's going to take from this specific booking, the more it's going to promote this owner to the first pages. Another question that I'm seeing right now: what is done in terms of marketing? There are a lot of things done by the team of marketing. Also, as the account managers, we do many analysis in order to provide marketing with data, and we are able to share information. And then the marketing, they creating post blogs, they send emails, they do many marketing campaigns in order to reach as many tenants and as many clients as possible. Another question: Click&Boat and Nautal synchronizing with MMK. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Not only MMK, also Gnosis, Mr. Booking. We have plenty of companies, GTS companies that we collaborate with. So of course, the same synchronization will keep continue. And I used to synchronize my availability calendar via Nautal. Will this be continue? Yes, 100%. That's it from me. I'll leave the floor to Vanera to reply to a couple more questions.
Perfect. Thank you, Yanis. So I see here we have some questions more related to the slides I presented. And I see here a question which says 3 and 4 day cruises versus 1 week. Which days in the week? Usually, when we're talking about weekly charters, we're talking about Saturday to Saturday. But feel free to modify your booking settings accordingly in the price section. Another question I have here is like, how can I get in contact with my sales agents? As you might know, we have a sales agent behind the deals regarding um, clients with and bookings with bigger average baskets. So we're not talking usually about daily charters. We're talking about multiple day charters. And in sales agent has access to MMK, to SEDN, to Gnosis, and everything. And sometimes where it's needed, they reach out to you. If they do not have any questions, they do not reach out to you. So sometimes, if you do not know who is following your deal, you can always reach out either to customer care, either to your account manager, and they can redirect your question or request to your sales agent. Another good question is like, what is request rate? How is calculated? Request rate in simple terms is the conversion rate. So out of the conversations that you are getting, how many of them are resulting to be booking requests? This is how we calculate the request rate, and it plays an important role in how advanced you are in the search results, because as we said previously, having a good behavior, so you update your calendar, you're replying to all the messages and everything, this means that you're a good owner who is accepting the booking request and is very engaged with their clients. Another good question that I see here is, what are the ways to make the guest to post a review? We had been getting a lot of these questions, especially last week that we were in ICE and we were speaking with our partners in the charter business. So we see here that basically on our side and marketing wise, our best in order to remind to the client to leave a review through Click&Boat. And also what we believe that plays an important role in the clients leaving a review is that you remind them in person. You might have a contact with them, you might ask for a feedback, you might have a more personal relationship. And also we see there is a big change that when the clients are doing their checkout, you can always give them a card with a barcode or with a message to not forget to leave a review. We see that all owners, when they try that, they have bigger let's say reactiveness from the clients. Lastly, and also to leave the floor to the boys, can we just edit one platform? So basically, this is the reason why we have centralized everything in one account for you to do everything from there. So if you modify your listings, your account on Click&Boat, this means that this automatically will be reflected on the other platforms. And this is for us to be more efficient and more quicker, and for you to have more access to multiple platforms, and at the same time minimize the time that you're spending on modifying your listings, your booking settings, and everything. So on my side, I think I will leave the floor to Robert or to Yanis.
Okay, thank you, Venera. So we had a couple of questions coming in, and just keep in coming, guys. Basically, a question in regards to some trends. So I'm going to say the question how I got it asked. Therefore, I was looking forward to some information about the trends regarding the prices. Are there more people booking high and expensive boats, or more that book older but therefore cheaper boats? As per this question, there isn't actually a universal answer. This depends a lot on the destination that people are going to, but also on the nationality of the people that are booking the boat. We have seen this year, and as you can imagine, you also felt it yourself, that prices were being increased, and that is completely normal because of the situation in the world that is happening. Even with that, you have seen that the demand is growing. But for this question, I can't really give a universal answer because it depends, as I said, nationality, destinations, and so forth. But if you would like, after the meeting, you can reach out to your account manager if you have a specific question in regards to a specific location, so we can dive deeper a little bit on that one and give you some more insight. A second question that goes towards the synchronization. So I used to synchronize my availability calendar with Nautal. Will this be continued? So basically, you don't have to worry. Even now, Click and Boat is also synchronized with different platforms, as Yannis said, MMK, Nausis, Sedna, Mr. Booking. So the same thing is happening also with Click and Boat. You're connected to those platforms, which means your calendar and your availability is automatically synchronized. For the next couple of questions, Yanis is going to take them away.
Okay, thank you, Robbie. I see a very good question. Good day, loving seeing you. On the chat, we can attach extra pictures. Clients request sometimes extra pictures that are not on the page. Yes, on the chat, actually, you cannot add extra pictures, but what you can do is, but you can ask for the specific sales representative that is related to this booking or this conversation, and be in touch with him in order to send to this guy, to the sale agent, all the material that you want to pursue, to promote, and the sale agent is gonna send it to the tenant. And of course, if you cannot reach your sale agent, you have all the time the account manager for your own region, with whom you have a very direct communication. You have his or her phone number, the email, so everything that you can be in touch with this person. On the chat, can we attach extra? Okay, we just reply to this. Yes, I'm considering of adding an extra boat to my fleet. Can I transfer my profile good reviews to the new boat as well? When you add a new listing into your profile, the people, by clicking on the profile picture, they can see all the reviews that you have in your own in all your other listings. We cannot move specific reviews from Nautal, for example, to Click and Boat at this moment, but people are able to see all the reviews that you have received throughout the years. Another good example that some of our owners are doing is that they add an add-on to their own website, in which people can see the reviews from Click and Boat to their own personal website. So if they have many good reviews inside the Click and Boat platform, they can integrate those reviews to their own website to have more visibility and to promote, of course, their fleet. I will leave the last two questions to the guys for tonight, for today. So Robert,
Okay,
please.
we're gonna split it, me and Venera. So
Okay,
so
yeah, yeah,
there's
yeah.
no fight here in the office, and I would lose, so I don't want to get embarrassed in front of everyone.
Good thinking.
But we got a general question which I find very useful. Who do I reach out to if I have any questions or need any information? We would always tell you reach out to us personally. So, for example, for the Croatian market, you can reach out to me. For the Greek market, you can reach out either to Yanis or Venera. For the Dutch market, you can reach out to Lisa. Why I'm saying this? Because it is a lot better for you if you reach out to us directly, because that means we know what is happening and we can help you out a lot faster with whatever request or information that you might need. And then in the end, it's better for us and it's better also for you guys. So I would always definitely say, if you have any questions or need specific information, definitely reach out to your account manager, who will take care of you. And then for the last question, Venera.
Perfect. So the last question comes from one of our top owners in Mykonos, and it's like, I'm considering of adding an extra boat to my fleet. Can I transfer my profile, good reviews to the new boat as well? So a very good thing that is happening on Click and Boat and then to all our platforms is that when the bot is new, of course, you need more reviews for the specific bot. But if you press on the reviews of the owner, which mostly we have seen the clients do, you all clients can see the reviews of the owner gathered under his profile. So when the owner has 5-star reviews for one of the bots, it's guaranteed that you will have for the rest of the fleet too. So do not worry about it. Just whenever you get the first booking, try really hard and push for the review to be left, as we said previously. On that, I think we have covered most of the questions. And Yanis, I will leave you to explain more about the end.
Just one more thing, because we got a question now immediately. So maybe you're not aware, but the question is, why are there no awards for super landlords? Actually, we do have super owner status, and that is something that Yanis mentioned before. And basically, if you are a super owner, you get positioned better, of course. You get better treatment in the end, of course, because you're doing everything efficiently. And we would definitely share those metrics with you and how you can accomplish that. Feel free to reach out to us after the meeting, and we'll give you the details. Yanis, I'm
And
leaving you the floor.
before Yanis replies, continues, I would like to specify something in the question that Yanis answered previously regarding the chat box and the extra photos. So, if one client asks for the photo, be sure that the next ones will be asking for the same photos too. So I think that the faster solution here for you, and also to what Yanis said, to complement that, is for you to upload directly the photos to your listing, because either way you will have richer content, which is what we mentioned, and this is what we want. And you will minimize the time that you will need in order to contact somebody, for them to upload it and everything. I think the faster way for you is to always, and I think this is one of the questions that we usually get from our owners, is how can I give the photos to the client? The answer in this position is like, it's really important for you to upload it directly to your listing, and this will help you for the specific case and for the upcoming ones. And to that, Yanis, I think we have nothing more to add. You can finally close.
Thank you very much, Vanera, for completing the previous reply. And of course, thank you both, Robert and Venera. And so, next step: stay connected and in touch how you prefer. We have everything for you here in Click&Boat. So, of course, you have your own account manager with which you can be in direct communication through WhatsApp, through mobile phone, through email. We have our help center in our website in order to have to find solutions in any kind of issue that you might have. And as we already said, we will have the best webinar personal meeting. You will receive a link in the email with which you register here in here for this webinar, in which you will be able to book a meeting with your own account manager. And don't forget our customer care, which is doing a great job. In this link, help.clickandboat.com, who can help you finding solutions. Thank you very much for all the comments. We really appreciate your effort and all the nice things that you asked us. And thank you very much for joining us here. And of course, big claps to Robert, big claps to Vanera, especially that she jumped in and she did a great job today with account manager for Netherlands.
Thank you, Yanis. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Lastly, we have seen that we have getting a lot of questions about the trend for 2023. Be sure that we are going to answer to all of you regarding this as soon as we have all the information, in order to give you more solid information. And we are going to share more with you through newsletters. And also, you can always reach out to your account manager, and you can see more specific information about the area that you are, or the specific type of boat that you have under your ownership. Other than that, thank you so much. I will speak a little bit of Greek now because my Dutch is terrible. I wished everybody a wonderful Christmas. Καλά Χριστούγεννα σε όλους. Thank you so much for participating, and hope we have a great last days of the year.
And for me, I'm just going to keep it short and simple. Thank you very much, guys, for joining. Enjoy the weekend, and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.